Searching podcasts for Dave, and one more time.
And 3.
Number 2.
Follow that up with 1.
Woohoo!
America, don't adjust your screens. It's a little different this evening. Hey, we missed you. Know you missed us. Hope you missed us.
Well, an extra day.
At least an extra day. But anyway, we're here and you are.
You're welcome.
Absolutely welcome. Hi, everybody. How are you? I'm Dave.
I'm Juan.
And this is Dave and Juan.
More time.
Oh, yes. Those of you that are availing yourself of the video, I am not making a hostage video right now.
Please send money.
You
You can send some money.
can send money. I'll put a Venmo up there. You can Venmo me, but no, I'm in the lovely metropolis of Thibodaux, Louisiana, this evening at Casa del Liz. I'm in.
All right.
And
Did they start school today?
they started last week.
Oh, did they? Okay. All right.
Nichols started up last week. But yeah, in town, and so yeah, no professional mic this time, no whatever. And I'm realizing I'm in a back bedroom. Here's what's funny. I can remember 4 years ago when we bought this place, painting all, I'm in the room I'm in, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is particularly pain in the butt room because it had paneling on it, right?
Oh, wow. Oh, man, you can't paint paneling either.
Well, I know you can't. You're not supposed to, but we did.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You buy a house and you're like, okay, you're spending all the money on the kitchen renovation and the bathroom renovation, and that bucket of money drives up. So, we're gonna save money. They say you can't paint on paneling.
I do. My parents' house has, they painted on, paneling that's got stuff printed on the paneling, basically. So you can see the grooves in there.
But at least there you got some texture. This stuff was that good old shiny. Well, I'm sure it was real wood because back when they built these houses, everything was actual.
Yeah.
But I could probably lean back here right now and run my finger. I could probably with a fingernail take some paint off that wall. But hey, you know what? It is what it's.
That's right.
Serving
its purpose.
100%. And I just realized sitting here though, man, we never hung a picture in this room. So I'm like, I'm not an Al Qaeda prisoner, yo. That's why I got the great backdrop going, but good, all good to be here, and we broke the streak. And those
right, yeah, go ahead, announce it.
No, those of you that follow us on, or at least Juan or I personally on Facebook, we joke about this. Juan and I have been doing this podcast now for I guess is it a full 4 years?
Oh yeah, 4 and it was 4 in March of this year.
Oh, okay, all right. So there you go. Time flies. So this is the 221st episode. Yep. And all this time, Juan and I had not been in the same room.
Not in the same room, not in the same. This is the only eyes we have laid on one another.
Correct. So, Juan has seen my son and my mom, but not me. But anyway, so yesterday, for the first time in 4.5, 5 years, we got together. We were in Baton Rouge. I was there. Brought my son up. My son's going to be interning at WAFB Channel 9.
That's right. The Louisiana. Oh, I don't know. It used to be Louisiana News Channel.
You know what? It is now.
Showed you how long I've been watching them. I don't know what their tag is now.
Bringing my kid on as an intern, bro. The best TV station in Louisiana.
I think they are.
And my boy Rick.
That's right, Rick, who is a frequent mention or gets mentioned frequently on here.
We've often said everybody on the news is lying except Rick. So Rick is an employee there. He's almost 20 years, and so that's kind of cool. So Abe's going to be working,
hanging out, and learning from one of the best,
and staying at Rick.
That's right.
Staying at Rick's house. on the weekends, which ought to be
So
very.
this is this one of the, I guess it's not sad, but just to show the, it's one thing that you and I aren't never see each other in person. You live in Houston, I live in Baton Rouge. Rick, who is equally as good a friend, Rick and I, share text messages multiple times a
Right.
week. I knew he lived in the general vicinity of where I live. It was about a mile and a half from my house.
It's actually 2.5 miles. I looked it up.
Oh, all right, there you go.
That's what's funny because my wife couldn't believe it either. So we showed up there. She said, "Well, you never met Juan's wife, Joey?" Nope. You ever met Rick's wife, Gail? Nope.
No,
And neither. And then it was funny. We got together for it was a very lovely lunch. And give a shout out to my son Abe because that's really what a 24-year-old wants to do is hang out with a bunch
but
of
dude, he was. I'll tell you what, I was impressed. He was, very comfortable. Didn't seem out of place. Engaging in conversation when it was appropriate.
the poor lad. That's the thing too, because Abe would be my younger son. Abe, he'll be quiet, right? He's a quiet. He's not me in many good ways, and I always said that like Abe is pretty quiet, and then my wife will point out because you never shut up, like.
Well, we go back to those stories when after my mom passed away, and my wife and daughter would come home from visiting my dad with stories I had never heard, and we just came to the conclusion that he just never had a chance.
Stories you've never heard because I never got quiet enough to let him tell me one.
Right. So there you go.
But anyway, so it was a lovely time. It was I look forward to hopefully having my wife Cindy join us
Yeah.
again, and it's fun catching up, talking old stories about Nichols. And as it turns out, shout out all the Nichols alum that are watching this, man. WAFB's got some Nichols running through it, man, with Rick, and then
Yeah. Well, Gary Pickle worked there.
apparently still has an office there. Apparently still does.
Okay. All righty.
Got a tour. I got a tour of WAFB. Bumped around there a little bit with my son. Rick gave us a tour. Saw the control room.
So you got the obligatory picture behind the desk.
You saw it, right? We took it.
Yes.
He wasn't gonna. He was looking at me funny, like when And I try not to. Here's the deal, too, man. And I might have pointed this out yesterday because I think Rick was sharing a story. No, Dave. What's today? Today's Monday. Okay, so yeah, right yesterday, about something back in school, or I don't know what he was, and then Rick turns to Abe, my grown man's son, and says, "All right, man, hang on.
Cover your ears
for this.
Yeah.
Cover your ears for this." And I thought he was.
But I don't think it was about you.
No, see, that's the thing. I thought he was about to say something really incredibly mean or telling about me. Then I'd have said like, "Yeah, well, thank you for not telling that to my son." But it was something totally different. I'm laughing, saying, I just think it's cute as all get out that they're always your kids, man. They're always your kids.
That's right.
So looking forward, he's got that coming. Here's what's funny: we got to watch out because there's a chance I may be back in Baton Rouge in a couple of days, and we may get together.
May do it again.
And listen, America, the podcast is going to go straight down the toilet. That's just,
This is the odd thing, though. So,
hang on a second. My wife. Let me hang on a second. Hey, she's joining. Hang on a second. Hey, honey, how you doing? Good. I'm doing a podcast with Juan right now. That's 100%. No, we were just talking about getting together, and it's appropriate. You want to join the podcast? I can throw a picture of you up. Nope, she says she's politely declining.
All right, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I feel the same way.
And Juan says he doesn't blame you, but that's okay. So, all right, well, you'll hear this. So, is everything okay? Because I've only taken a couple phone calls while I've been.
Yeah, you're the second call, and the
on
first
the
one
air,
wasn't
and Juan is saying it right now. Once was when the boy we were just talking about. That's right. So she says, edit this part out. No, they can't hear you, but okay, all right. America's getting bored because they hear one side of the conversation. But I'll call you in a little bit. Love you. Bye-bye. All right. There you go.
So back to what I was saying. I was conscious about making sure that I didn't, talk about anything yesterday that I would potentially talk about here. That's how ingrained these conversations have gotten in my head. It's like, all right, I can't tell this story, can't you? So,
Sure, you can share it
yeah.
with Merkel. But so yeah, so there you go. Those of you in the Baton Rouge vicinity, get ready. WAFB starting
Alumni,
pretty soon.
CBS.
Right. He's gonna I know it's kind of funny. I walk into the studio, and right when you walk in, the back entrance where we were to the right, the big thing poster with Stephen Colbert. And I
Oh
said, not
Lord.
hold that against you, Rick. I'm
Yeah.
gonna, hey man, I'm
Well,
a CBS affiliate.
so basically he's, interning in the sports department, going to be a sports photographer. So Baton Rouge folks, if your favorite high school football team has footage that you don't like, call Dave.
Yeah, man. It, there are other people recording this stuff, so it might not be my son doing it. Might not be my son doing it, but I think they're gonna let him drive a station vehicle. And man, it's
You
that.
need to stop shedding that doubt on his ability in those things.
Oh, he can drive. It's kind of funny to me how this works. It's like, all right, you're an intern, and I'm thinking intern means you're gonna follow somebody around. You're gonna be somebody's
No,
monkey.
not over there, man. Not in
No,
that
man.
realm.
It's like, hey, welcome to the big league. Here's your camera. Here's your shots.
Well,
Go get.
back in the day at a TV station, it would have meant that. But now, I mean, the cameras are so lightweight and portable and self-contained. You're not dragging around cabling. You're not having to drag lights. So it's just, it's a one-man gig.
Well, whatever. So there you go. So that's so you probably should not be seeing him in front of the camera, yo. And if you do, then he messed up. That he
Yeah.
he hit the wrong thing and turned it around. It's but all good. Excited for him. And then shout out again to our good friend Rick and his wife Gail, who is so, man. You know how you don't normally say somebody has a better half. Man, Rick has a better 3/4,
Yeah, look, because
bro, bro.
yeah, she came there not knowing what to expect. And my wife said she thought you'd look bigger. And I said, well, you've seen him on. And she said, no, I just listened. I
Wait,
said,
she thought I
Joey
was
said
bigger?
she thought you were bigger. And I said, well, like fat like me? And she said, no, just like a bigger guy. He doesn't seem real tall. I said, that's because you're used to manly me.
Man, well, I used to be 6 foot. I'm probably 5'11" right now. I
Yeah.
mean,
So,
I'm not a midget. I'm not Rick. I mean, I don't know Rick. What's Rick? Rick's probably 5'9", 5'10".
yeah, he's not tall.
No, he's big. Rick can lift some
Back
stuff.
when he had the fro, he was taller.
Rick's he's a not triathlete.
He does that crazy stuff where, that whole, I don't know, he works out at that, it's not an Iron Man gym, but
Yeah, right.
where
Iron
they're
Man.
out there just freaking killing themselves. I don't see him, but I see those guys
I,
running down the road with weight packs, like, on their back and everything.
Ruck. I think they call it rucking.
I
Yeah.
don't, why would I know that?
I so wish Joey would have said while we were there, "You're not as big as I thought you'd be." Because then I can say, you know who they said that about too? Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse. Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse. That's what they were all saying. You're not as
Yeah.
big as I get a lot of that. All right. And who else? Mel Gibson in Braveheart.
All
You're not
right.
as big as I thought you'd be. I don't take that as a slight.
There you go, man. So maybe that's what she meant.
5'11", 180, 5'11", 182, America. There you
All
go.
right.
That's where we.
I'm taller and more.
But yeah, no, it has been funny. So Rick's wife Gail has apparently already adopted my son, who
Man,
made
she's out there. She wants, yeah.
she sent pictures today. It was funny, but he's got his own bedroom, his own bathroom. And she sent a text saying that the bathroom is completely spotless clean. And she sent a text to Rick that says, "You can't use that bathroom anymore. It's Abe's." I'm like, well, first of all, that's cute and funny. And I just love the fact you don't have to do that, but I just love the fact
I just don't. I've talked about this. My wife has a good friend in Houston where my daughter is now relocated to for school. And similarly, my daughter has a key to their house. Um, she has the whole upstairs to the house. There's a laundry room upstairs as well. Uh, anytime,
Upstairs laundry,
yeah,
bro.
anytime she needs a break, they said, for her to come on over. Um, they they all went up on Wednesday. I didn't go up until Thursday for moving, but they hosted the families of her three roommates so that they could feel that they had someone
Man, if I had
in
upstairs
town.
laundry, I'd be hosting too. What are you talking about? That's a level beyond having a refrigerator in your garage,
Yeah,
which we
that
do.
might be the Houston version of having a refrigerator in your garage.
Well, I got the refrigerator in my garage. I do not have upstairs laundry, but now I'm kind of a little envious.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course,
Well,
nobody.
you'd have to get some stuff. You'd have to get rewired up there and everything. And
Oh man, talk to me about rewiring. That's part of it. And shout out to my brother-in-law Michael for saving me from myself again today because I'm here. We joked last episode. I had some work done here in changing lights, and the bill. And job got a little bit more than it started out to be, and the bill
three hundred percent more.
went from a $200 bid to yes, 300% more than. So I'm here this time, and man, don't you know it? In one of the rooms, one of the I don't want to even call it a butler's pantry because that sounds like that's the most pretentious thing in the world. But there's a room off the kitchen that I guess it's got a big freezer in it, and that's where one of the water heaters is, and nice cabinets and stuff, and same thing, light up top, and it's fluorescent and change the bulbs. But I'm just like, man, I just got did not burn. The guy charged a fair price, but it's expensive, and I'm like,
Right, but still, yeah, it's a lot bigger job than you anticipated.
I'm like, dang it, dang it, dang it. I'm gonna do this myself. So I'll go to Lowe's and find me. It's all LED now, man. Everything, that's not, but right. So, and they're proud of that. So it's like $75 for this LED light. It looks like it'd be kind of simple, and I've changed a ton of lights before. But this house, it's an older house, and the wiring is great, but it's not color coded.
It's not color coded by today's standards, and a lot of times those older houses they just painted over the wire. So even if it was color coded,
So
now it's taupe.
I'm looking at it going, the thing that's there, and I'm like, hang on now. There are three wires, but two of them are twisted into one thing and I'm just like, that doesn't look like anything.
Nah, it's probably like a three-way light switch or something.
Bro,
Meaning
I'm standing on
two switches can control the same light.
I'm standing on a ladder going, I don't even know what I'm looking at. And this house has its one wire is black and two are white. I'm like, what the heck? So, and again, thankfully, my brother-in-law, Michael, citizen of the year in Thibodeau, whatever he was. So shout out to Michael. And I kind of text him saying, bro, any chance you can swing by and keep me from electrocuting myself? He says, he starts texting me like, well, okay. He's like trying to walk me through it. So I took a picture of what I was looking at. And he's like, oh, I'll be back. I'll be there after work. Like he looked at the picture and said, yeah, no, you're never going to get this, Dave. And he showed up. But to my credit, I was a little worried about trying to figure this out. And here's a guy that he can fix anything. And he's looking at it. He says, yeah. And he's done stuff in this house. He says, let me double check it. He literally went and didn't just open the fuse box or
the breaker box now.
Breaker box.
Yeah, it used to be a fuse box.
He unscrewed it to look behind
To
it, the
see.
actual wiring to see, okay, where are the blacks? Where are the, and I'm like, all right, you just proved to me why I didn't need to be.
Yeah, no, I don't mess. That's scary stuff.
Yeah. When you're going back, he did it fine. The light looks great. It's good to go. But yeah, when you're like opening up the wall to double check, yeah, no.
So, well, talking about Thibodeau's, I was in Houma a couple of times recently for the first time in a long time. So the credit union that I work for did an event down there at Kanata's grocery store in Houma. Been there forever. We gave away $10,000 worth of groceries, like $50 at a time, so $50 to 200 people. And so we went down and scouted out everything one day, a week before last, and me and my new guy and one of the girls in the office came with me, and I noticed she was wearing one of the little patches behind your ear, behind her ear, like if you get car sick or
Yeah.
motion sick.
Yeah.
And when we got back, I heard her telling people he drove just like I thought he would drive. And
She
I'm
was
saying,
she was with you.
well, I said, yes. I said, well, what does that mean? And she said, no, just like you drive aggressively. I said, I don't know what that means. She said, I just knew you'd have a heavy foot. I said, I don't think I broke the speed limit. I don't. And it's, well, whatever. I said, I'm driving a Jeep. So get
Well,
over
no,
yourself.
no. There you go. Okay. Because Jeeps are not the smoothest driving.
Right. And that's what I told her. I said, you're sitting in the back seat of a Jeep. Yeah, I don't know what you thought it would be, but you were welcome to take your car or sit in the front, whatever you wanted. Knock yourself out. But anyway, so that,
And
began
you
a
cannot,
bone of
you can
contention.
be not speeding or necessarily driving recklessly and be in a tough ride. My older son has a tendency. He reminds us of my father-in-law. It's uh aggressive speeding up.
Oh, speed up, slow down.
And yeah. It's like there's no it's whenever I'm riding with him,
He's not getting the best economy on his mileage.
yeah, my thing is always like, bro, you should not be accelerating into a stop.
Yeah, he's got a hard start and a hard stop.
That's your line, right? I need a
Hard
hard
in,
in and a
hard
hard
out.
out. But yeah, so I'll ride with my son sometimes and go, bro, can you just you see you're gonna stop. Just let up. Just
Yeah, just coast.
coast. Drive like you got a cup of coffee sitting on the thing, and but hey,
Yeah,
whatever.
that's it. That's then you drive.
Well, there you go. So I'm glad you at Canada. I think
I was at Canada's.
my wife went to Canada's, but I don't know if it was that one when she was in.
It's the one on it's the old, on West Park, I think.
I don't know.
And they got like apparently a massively popular king cake shop that's part of Canada's just next to it. But so part of the thing we do for these events is like we're out there, working it, and we bag the groceries. And by we, I also include me.
I would have paid money for that.
And dude, I apologize to people multiple times. I said, I promise you, I've never bagged groceries in my life, so this is gonna be wrong. Uh, and we put it in like logoed low canvas bags, and the canvas bags were black. And what that meant was once I put it in the back in the buggy, I couldn't see what was in it or remember what was in it. So now I've got something heavy. I'm like, oh crap, can I put it on top of that? Can I put it here? Dave, I never touched so many packets of chicken quarters
Oh,
in my life.
oh,
Nasty.
oh,
So
dude.
I'm bagging this stuff, and then by the end of after doing this for like 2 hours, I'm just sticking it. It's like, ah, here's some hot, roasted chicken. Here, I put this in the bag with a watermelon, or cold slice of watermelon.
And look, oh, dude. We're talking about my son Abe before. He bagged at HEB in college when he started,
Yeah,
looking back now, it's kind of, man, we were probably tough on the kid. We just didn't want him to have it too easy. He had it, going to college, and we just made him where he worked the weekends. Not because he wanted to, because it's like, no, bro, you're gonna keep a job, you're gonna work. But he worked the weekends and bagging. And dude,
dude, it was rough.
listen, I know, totally. He would tell you, and pull some 8-hour shifts back.
Yeah, you stay. Like I said, I did it for 2 hours, and it's like just putting stuff, and then people get like big bags of potatoes, and I said, what am I supposed to do with this? I don't know.
Rose.
They
He always said,
you know how you get those variety packs of chips.
yeah,
And we get those at my house, and sometimes you'll have a bag that's open, and I say that's because probably the box got smushed, uh, and it compressed the bag, and the air squeezed out, made the bag pop open. I put one in somebody's buggy. If there was a bag in there that wasn't crushed uh, into oblivion, I'll be surprised because I fell on the box hand first down and just crushed it all. I said, "Oh, my bad." The
did you, did you, did you attempt to fix the situation, or you just said,
No, man, no, I didn't. No,
enjoy the potato dust you got?
yeah, the so one. So I tell people I'm the king of the 10-minute relationship. So people got there. The thing started at 10. The first people got there at 5:30 in the morning. Lined up outside South Louisiana, August. So the so I'm walking up and down the line, shooting the bull with people, and doing. Oh yeah, I'm up Assumption Parish. Um, But then as it started getting closer to, the thing starting, as will happen in these type of events, people start edging up to the front. Well, it doesn't matter because everybody's got a voucher. So, it's not like they've got three groceries in the store. But the people in the front of the line start complaining about the people in the back. Hey, I've been here before them. Uh, so the lady who was there at 5:30 was like, she's on a little walker and stuff. So I said, I'm gonna make sure you get in first. Well, I met this other lady who said she was a princess, because she was both Houma Indian and I don't know, some other Indian that I think there's like a tribe in Morgan City, and told me that her great 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 17 greats whatever grandmother was some royalty in her tribe, and that she is buried under the courthouse in Houma because the white man took her land, and that's where she was buried before. Uh,
That's a quite compelling small chat.
well, oh yeah, yeah, but it didn't end there. So then a little later, as I'm telling people and said, okay, this lady was here first. The lady that got there at 5:30. I said, obviously,
In the morning.
yes, for a 10 a.m. event. So she
She
got
got
here
wait, she got there at 5:30 in the morning.
5:30 in the morning for a 10 a.m. event. That you could have got there at 11 o'clock and waltzed in.
Okay.
There are a lot of people in line. There were probably close to 80 people in line before. But so I'm telling people, said, okay, look, here's, she's first. When it starts, I'm going to walk her in. So, y'all need to stay back and let her get in the store. I don't want her to get knocked down. Then after that, y'all are kind of on your own.
Am I
With a
am I am
lady,
I reading what's coming here? Did the princess have trouble with this?
the princess said, my people been put back of the line my entire life.
Oh,
And I said, well, you standing right up here in the front, ma'am. So,
my people have been put. First of all, if you got to tell me you're a princess, unless you're like Princess Jasmine or from
yeah, yeah.
Frozen, or you're wearing the costume, I don't know that, you know. Here, boy, I don't want to go down this path, but you said something that I'm always, you got to watch the algorithms you click on. But this idea that apparently it's only white people that ever took anything, any
Oh, yeah.
land, like, I got news for you. That land was taken from somebody else before. And
Well, that's what I want to tell. Yeah, I want to say, who crushed more Native American tribes than the white people and who settled this country? The other Native American
man, listen,
tribes.
the actual history is just brutal. I mean, some of the most heinous, brutal massacres way before me. Christopher Columbus wasn't even born yet, yo.
Right, right. You can talk about whitewashing history, but this go all the way back.
Yeah, but but here nor there. What happens? People get programmed, and don't get me wrong, it's one
Yeah.
of those things. It's we should get on that
And
band.
she was a sweet lady. I just thought it was, a bit, yeah, she was excited to share that aspect of, herself being a princess. But, as a white man standing there, I figured, you could have left out the white man took
Yeah,
my land.
it's like, Bib, I didn't do that. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm the
not
guy
me.
here. I'm the guy here giving you $50 of free groceries. I mean,
Come get your king cake on me.
well, but there you go. Shout out Houma. Come on, Houma, don't do that. Be better. And
But it
look,
was nice to be down in Houma. Southland Mall still kicking apparently.
it's still open. I don't know if it's kicking. But that's like most of America, man. I mean,
Yeah,
malls around Houston, yeah, they got some that are just flat out.
I understand Dick's Sporting Goods is coming to the mall there. Where Sears once was.
Oh, in Houma?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a positive sign. Yeah, we've got a
Hmm.
Dick's Sporting Goods in
Yeah, we have them here.
yeah.
They actually there's a freestanding store, but then in the mall right next to the freestanding store, they opened one of the it's I don't know what they call it, but it's Dick's. It's one of their stores, but this one has the rock climbing walls and the driving ranges inside of it.
That place, they run a pretty good operation just to survive the name. You know what I'm saying? Like that'd be like, hey, Juan, let's start a restaurant and we're gonna call it Chew.
Yeah, right.
And not like chew like you're chewing your food, chew.
Well, I've noticed a number of people, I've known people who, especially when they first opened here, basically, trying to go to the website. Apparently, if you don't describe, if you don't put the S on the end of the word, it takes you to some, at least back then.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. We're talking about, branding and stuff like that. What's the fun one going on the last week or so, man? Cracker Barrel.
Dude, I don't even get that. So why do people? First of all, I don't. I've never been that married to any brand that I get upset if they change the logo.
It wasn't the
Um,
logo. The logo just was what came out of it after. That was like
but
the.
what is there some
So here's all you need to.
political or is there some wokeness
Yes, yes,
behind
yes.
it?
Listen, as soon as I saw who the CEO of Cracker Barrel was, I was like, "Oh, you got to be kidding me!" It's the blonde, 30, upper 30s, lower 40-year-old Karen looking
White guilt person.
what with the big black rim glasses, who probably never ate in Cracker Barrel once before she went to work for whatever company hired her. And then they take look, I've eaten, I mean, I think Cracker Barrel is one of those places that we always had it's like Americana. It's if it's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea. But you always kind of knew, like, there was a time where we go to Cracker Barrel because I knew I could always get a breakfast, and I always like like Granny or Grandma's big breakfast or something. And it was sort of like,
Yeah, all I've ever eaten at Cracker Barrel is breakfast.
but you know what? They actually, in the day, they had decent meatloaf. They had
Yeah, I heard like the chicken fried steak and stuff
fried
with the
oak. You know what I'm
gravy. I heard
saying?
it's good.
So, and it was sort of like real food. I mean, not granted, I mean, and I was never a huge, like if you told me like, hey, we're going to clean up the Cracker Barrels, I'd have been like, okay, yeah, I ain't clean up any restaurants. Yeah, but no, they just sort of they took all they when you say whitewash, they basically made it look very generic. Took
So
all
did they take all of like it had like old nostalgic farm
Yes, yeah,
equipment and
pretty
stuff like
much.
that. That's all
And
gone.
they sort of modernized it, blah blah blah. And it's like, here's the deal: it's a restaurant, man. If you want to improve anything, improve the food, improve
Yeah.
the food offerings. But so that was
But
some
what about the store? Because the store that's attached to everyone
dude.
tends to follow that same suit.
You could probably walk into a Cracker Barrel right now and still buy like Mayberry DVDs.
Yeah.
You can probably get yourself like an Andy Griffith cookbook right now at the Cracker Barrel. But I always, yeah. So I mean, I was a fan of it. So, but what happens? So she gets on there, and she was on the one of the national TV national broadcasting morning shows, and I guess taking with Michael Strahan, who is just how did that guy end up being?
Well, it was okay when he was doing just sports and entertainment stuff. Like,
He was
he's
never a
done,
smart man.
but he's done, like, I've seen him on whatever that, is it Password or $10,000, $100,000 pyramid.
Michael Strahan's one of these guys who ends up with a quote unquote high Q score, where they say, show a picture of him or whatever, like, yeah, who doesn't like Michael Strahan, right?
Right.
He's just happy. But then they end up putting them in things that
But
like,
they put him like on the news. Now he's on Good Morning America,
yeah,
which I
yeah, yeah.
hadn't seen in 100 years. But then he was on like whatever that show Regis Philbin started, Regis
Yeah,
and
yeah.
whoever, he was on
It's
that.
like
So
him
it
and
just
Ryan
it's
Seacrest, right? I mean, like, come on, y'all. They got like thousands of people that are good at what they do in entertainment. Get somebody else besides the same five idiots.
yeah.
But anyway, so this CEO's there, and I guess he asked her a question about the rebranding, and then people were saying like, "Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?" And then the kicker was they changed the literally logo, just the iconic old Cracker Barrel logo.
Mm-hmm.
There's literally the Cracker Barrel. That's what it is.
Right, right.
Like, Cracker Barrel was not named after crackers, or
It's not a slur against white people.
no. They had a Cracker Barrel, and then this Uncle whatever, some old guy sitting next to it. That was actually somebody's relative. That was a real dude. But they got rid of all that with some just dumb generic
Right. You basically whitewashed the logo.
one. If you have a logo that I swear that me and you with no like if somebody shows me a logo that looks like, I mean, I can do that, or like, uh,
Well, it would be like taking the apple out of the Apple logo.
well,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, it's the mark. But why are they? And again, I don't care enough to have dove deep into that. Are they trying to appeal to a different market?
they don't know the market. Look, it is the same mentality that got you Bud Light.
Mm-hmm.
When Bud Light turned their brand over to a upper 30s, lower 40 white guilt liberal woman, and I'm sorry, that's just what it is.
All right.
Might be a lovely person, might be a fantastic neighbor, did not belong running the Bud Light brand. And as you see, the number one beer in America has never recovered. I mean, it's still there.
No.
It's like the damage done to that brand was amazing. But it is somebody that doesn't understand. And I think that's what you see with the Cracker Barrel situation. Love it. Here's all I would say. It's her right probably to think that Cracker Barrel was I don't know, not, I guess her and her friends probably didn't like Cracker Barrel. Okay. You probably shouldn't be running it. You
Well,
should.
the menu of Cracker Barrel to me dictates the brand personality of Cracker Barrel. So take all that other stuff out of there. That's what that's the clientele that it would have attracted.
Yeah.
The people who want that. You know what? I'm gonna go there Sunday after church for breakfast. Oh, I like breakfast all day. Oh, I like this home, these good biscuits. Oh, got good chicken and gravy. How about some, biscuits and gravy? That type of, that's the brand. You ain't going to Waffle House because of the logo.
There is a funny meme that came out that Waffle House proves that their brilliant strategy is we ain't changing anything ever.
Not even the grease.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Waffle House is like, tastes just like I remember. Yeah, ain't changed the grease since 1987.
Oh.
And the stock, by the way, the stock is tanking. Cracker Barrel. And I don't wish anything. I don't wish anything bad on Cracker Barrel because I kind of think I like the people that go to Cracker Barrel. My big complaint with Cracker Barrel used to be it's too crowded. Like,
yeah, and the part of the aspect of that is I think that's how that little store does okay, because what do? Yeah, you sit around and browse the store
time.
and say, "Oh, wow, check this out! They got an Andy Griffith album Uh,
You got every Jeff Foxworthy book known to man. Huh? You might
now,
be
did
ready.
they? I saw something, just the headline. I don't know if that was true or not, though. The little jump, the golf tee game that they have on the tables.
They took those out.
That the little golf tee. You don't know what I'm talking about?
Oh no, but they didn't take those out, did they?
No, but I read that they were changed. I didn't even know that there were captions on there, or that the language, they said it was a little harsh.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
Oh,
guess, if you leave five, it's like, you're a dunce or whatever.
I think it said yeah, Quack Chew.
So, yeah, that would, just scar me for life if I didn't complete the game.
Again, again. Uh, everybody has the right to think what they want to think, to do what you want to do. You're in business, you can criticize, but whenever you put someone who does not have any affection or I don't say vested interest, because if you technically if
No,
you're
but you got to, in that business, in the food business, you got to be passionate about the brand.
and
And
not dislike the customers, but you could just look at this woman. You could just look at the way she talked about whatever. You just know she doesn't like the regular Cracker Barrel customer.
right, and that's the whole thing. It's because if you think about it from a branding standpoint, which I've spent a few years in, you can get a biscuit somewhere, you can get a fried egg somewhere, you can get everything that Cracker Barrel serves somewhere. What's your reason to go there and keep going there? It's because you like the brand.
Dude, listen. I make fun of it. You can if you put me in charge right now, Golden Corral. You know what I'm not doing? I ain't getting rid of the chocolate fountains. I'm not going to walk around saying this is gross. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say thank all of you for coming in here and loosening your belt and having
Right. You don't have to eat there.
some mid-level food and lots of it, and have at it, man.
Mid levels are probably a bit, elevating though. I don't know. I've never
What
even had
about food?
Golden Corral.
You see where make this stuff up. There was a recall for certain shrimp.
Dude,
Walmart. Good. Was
it
it great,
was,
good value, great value,
I
whatever?
don't, was it Asian or
I don't even know. I don't even know what brand it was, but they have radioactive isotope.
how does shrimp become radioactive?
Dude, if I knew that, I wouldn't be doing a podcast. I'd be hang on here. I took a picture of something. Let's see. I don't know if I can find it. I don't want to waste America's time where I try to pull.
But they recalled it, and then it's like, okay, what happens if I've eaten this stuff?
That's on you, bro. That's on you. You should have did it. Oh, yeah, it's frozen raw shrimp sold at Walmart in several states may be contaminated with a radioactive isotope, according to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Well, now I don't.
Man, I don't even know what an isotope is. I
Um,
thought it was like gloves.
I don't know. Oh, you thinking of isotoners?
Yeah.
Little different. Little different. No. So I don't know. So hey, eat Louisiana shrimp.
Yeah.
When I'm at HEB here in Texas, I try to eat Gulf Texas shrimp. That's what
Same shrimp, same water.
I'll try, even if it's a couple dollars more a pound, give me that American stuff. Give me that American stuff. And hopefully it was driven by American truckers who aren't here illegally making U-turns on interstates in Florida. You saw that one? Oh no, dude, it's heartbreaking. And the stuff that you find out. This and I forget the guy's name, couldn't say it anyway, but down in Florida, this guy, and I'm giving an example of one person, but apparently it's happened thousands of times. Illegal, he's illegal. He's not an American citizen. He came over, whatever, and somehow the state of California gives this guy a commercial truck driving license.
Nice.
He can't speak English. He failed miserably any of the English aptitude type of test. He's driving an 18-wheeler.
Probably didn't get a degree from the Diesel Driving Academy.
Probably not. He's driving a truck on the interstate in Florida. I want to say it was near Fort Pierce, Florida. I could be wrong. But and the thing is, there's cameras on the truck, so you can see.
Yeah, all those
And the
truck
guy
cameras.
riding with him, and he decides to make an illegal U-turn. And to do that, you got to kind of go wide right
You got to swing wide.
interstate and basically pull this truck across. Family of three right behind him doing 70 under the truck. He killed three people right there. Dude didn't even look like he blinked. And that's where people got like the footage after was so like it looked like this guy hit a deer. He was not didn't seem
Unfazed, basically.
unfazed. And yeah, no, they're trying to hide, like a lot of that stuff, but then they're saying, "Oh, listen." But I saw some interviews with like unions, and it's sort of funny how the world works, man. I probably going back a few years would have been if you stopped me, middle of the day, let's talk about unions. I'd have probably been, I think unions had their role, but I think over time the unions got corrupt, and I'd have probably been we don't need union now, bro. I think this podcast is going to unionize.
May strike.
I think I'm pro union, man. I really think I'm leaning more toward, and maybe we can like fix a little bit of that. Hey, Teamsters, could you maybe not?
Well, it's got good points and it's bad points when you're demanding, $200,000 a year,
Well, you're right.
or
They're- they're- they're-
80%
they're-
raises
they're-
over 3 years.
But I tell you what, the other day I'm watching something, and this guy, and I don't know if he was a Teamster or whoever he was, and he was talking about Amazon. And he was talking about Amazon's deal with the truck drivers and stuff. And like it's basically saying when you see somebody driving an Amazon truck, that's not an Amazon employee. And all the thing, and he was basically pointing out how major corporations have been making up their own rules and skirting the laws and again, one of the earliest mantra ever for Dave and Juan's podcast is they're all lying.
Right.
Everybody's lying except Rick Portier. If you see anything from Rick's probably shooting straight with you. But so they're all lying, and apparently 90 to 95% of every company above the size of, say, I don't know, a food truck is corrupt. I mean, like people are just bending rules, breaking rules. The laws are for the little people.
If that, did you see talking about laws and stuff? So that quote unquote Maryland citizen who got deported a while back.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
is now back in Maryland. He's still on the whatever the deportation order where they can just kick him out. They're trying to send him to Uganda, which I'm not familiar, with Uganda, but apparently there was an article, I guess in New York Times or whatever, big New York newspaper, whatever the paper of record for the world.
Well, that's the Times. It's either the New York Times, the other one's the New York Post, but yeah.
Yeah. But they said that they can't send him, that it's unfair to send him to Uganda because he doesn't speak the language. Well, as my eye burned over here, apparently, although Uganda is in Africa, the language in Uganda is English.
We can't send them to an English-speaking African country.
Yeah, that wouldn't be fair.
People will argue with you because in most of these countries, whatever a language they're speaking, they require you to speak it.
Mm-hmm.
Not us.
Yeah, no, we're the only people who don't do that, man.
Well, Juan. I always say when I get elected, I'll get it all fixed, but I don't think it's fixable.
Yeah, too broke.
Yeah, you can't send him back to you. You can't send him. He's not from there. He's not from here.
Nor does he speak the language
Dude
here.
has why? How is there? Yeah. And you know what? This happened. I think it happened today. And I mean, it's poking the bear and kicking the ant pile or whatever you want to call it. So Trump, and look, I've always said this. I got issues with everybody. I mean, some people don't support. Do you see the executive order he signed today?
Which one?
About the
No, I may have.
about the flag. Signed an
Oh,
executive
I
order
did not.
making the burning of an American flag like illegal, like up to a
Yeah,
year in jail. And here's the deal,
it's
y'all.
called the First Amendment.
It's called the First freaking Amendment. And listen, it freedom of speech exists for the speech you don't like.
Yeah, thought to keep you happy,
And
keep you
and
protected.
this is a true story. And I told this to my son Abe driving up to Baton Rouge yesterday because I told him we were talking about the Capitol and everything. And I told him, I said, I actually one time years ago, I actually spoke on the floor of the Capitol, but it
Oh,
wasn't,
wow.
but it wasn't to the legislators. I was at the JCs, and this was back in, I was in my upper 20s, I guess. Still a young guy. Um, and the JCs at the time, nationwide, wanted to support an amendment, I think, to ban flag burning. Now, I'm a 60-year-old man now. I mean, I've had several lifetimes since then, and my politics go up and down. And
Mm-hmm.
there were things I look back at, that I was very passionate about that I thought could have been wrong there. And to me, that's part of it. If you're it was that old Winston Churchill thing, right? If you're not a liberal before 30, you have no heart. If you're not a conservative after 30, you got no brain. You got to figure that part out, okay? But I remember saying, "What that doesn't make any sense, yo." I mean, and I'm not even getting into the weeds here, but like, first of all, who's going to enforce that? And it's a freedom of speech. And then I can remember being in a debate with some folks on the floor, which that part was kind of cool. And I remember telling, they were like, well, it's an insult to the military and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, and I remember telling them, saying, listen, I'm not in the military. I can't say that. But here's my thinking would be that the people who fight in the military are probably fighting for what something stands for,
Right. Right. They're
not
not fighting for a piece of fabric.
for a symbol. And if what you're fighting for is freedom and a person's ability to be able to speak his mind, and that's what you have to get into. What does speak mean? So
Yeah.
wait, if somebody's a mute, they got no rights. If somebody no, speak means expression.
Right. It's not right. It's not words.
So what happens is, and I'm like, this is Louisiana and JCs and very conservative, and they want all the JC chapters across the country to endorse this thing. And I got a feeling national JCs were not worried about Louisiana being a problem. Like Louisiana was going to be,
Yeah, shoe in.
The Louisiana JCs are going to flat out. And then I can remember making the argument again on the floor saying, and let's get into just the nuts and bolts of this. What constitutes a flag? So if I'm at a 4th of July and I've got flag plates and flag napkins,
Right.
can I burn those?
A little plastic one that you wave at the parade.
Can I throw that? Can I throw that away, or is that desecrating the flag? What if I have a flag that's got 25 stripes on it, and when it kind of looks like an American flag, we all know it's supposed to look like an American flag, but it's not exactly an American flag. Is that one okay to throw away or burn?
Yeah.
So, what happened was, look, I should have been a lawyer then, because it went, and the first vote comes out, and dude, the Louisiana JCs are voting to not do, they're not going to support the national JCs thing. And Al Detillier, bless his soul. The guy's not around anymore. He was a good dude, one of the hardest partying guys, good heart. But man, I shared a room with him in Las Vegas on a Vegas trip. This man was legendary. He was the president of the Louisiana JCs. And he was a bull of a man. He was about my height. So Joey, he wasn't as big as you might think. But anyway, and Detillier pulls me over. He finds me during the break. And he puts his hands on my shirt and he says, Martin, you are bleeping me right now. I cannot. And I'm just like, man, you need to. And I'm just, bro. And then I learned how politics really work, dude. They threw away the vote and endorsed it.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah,
There
we
you
were
go.
all, that's when I met Mary Landrieu on that thing. Remember her?
Oh, yeah.
Remember whatever she became?
She became senator.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, she was. Wasn't she? Yeah, I met Mary Landrieu on that.
Yeah. It's my whole thought on that is, be careful what you wish for, because you can't sit here on one side and say that someone can make me use these terms that I don't want to, or you can't control how I say things or view things, and then you want to control how somebody else does it.
It's a slippery slope. It's dumb. Like I said, anybody who watches this probably knows that you and I probably agree with more of what the administration is trying to do than not.
Yeah.
Flawed. They make mistakes. The wrong people are in Trump's ears right now. That's dumb. That was a dumb thing. You got JD Vance and everybody standing behind them, and I'm like, I lost respect for everybody standing at that desk.
Yeah, that's that's a token move.
No, exactly. It's all token, but it's dumb. It's stupid. Like right now, I promise you, more American flags will burn today than have been burned in the last 5 years. I promise you that. Well, maybe not, because Antifa did all that stuff. But
still, it's
dumb.
I've witnessed a lot of things in my life. I've never seen anybody burn a flag in person. I've seen it on TV. I wasn't bent out of shape by it. Like, not affecting me any.
Dude, I've been around, and I have facilitated the burning of mini flags with the Boy Scouts.
That.
The Boy Scouts are the only, besides the military, the Boy Scouts are the only organization identified and allowed to discuss.
Right, and that's the whole thing. When people say, "What do I do with my flag? I need to get rid of it."
They'd all bring it to the Boy Scouts, and we have the ceremony, and we do it very respectfully, and we burn the American flag, and then after, a lot of times we save the little
the grommets.
The grommets. And not whether that's good luck or not. I got some grommets in my
never heard that.
My garage. It's about time to get on out of here.
That's right.
You know what I did on the way here? You'd love this. I'm going to save the animals. I rented a car at the local airport near my house, the private airport, kind of a nice one. Getting my car, I'm driving out. We had torrential rain the day before. It was one of those microbursts. I had not seen one of those.
What day was that?
Gosh darn it.
Did you come down Friday?
Monday or Tuesday? No.
No, I came back from Houston on Thursday.
Oh, no. You're right. It was. Okay.
Dude, in Texas.
Yeah, it was.
I'm talking about if I went over 45, I'd start hydroplaning.
My son Jesse got caught in one going to theater rehearsal, and probably for about a 20-minute period, he probably never got above 2 miles an hour.
It was insane.
Unbelievable. It hit. So anyway, those massive rains came through the day before. So I guess that moved some things around. So this nice airport, I wish I could afford to fly out of because it's private, but I can't. But I rent a car there, and I'm driving out. And as I'm driving out, it's kind of a quiet little street, not street, but it's part of the airport. And as I'm driving over, I'm like, oh God, what am I driving? So I get out of the car, and I'm like, I didn't hit anything, but I'm like, what did I just go over? And it was a snake. And it was just on the, and I'm like, what? It's a water mox. And I'm like, man, I can't go grab a water moccasin because that's not. So I'm looking around going, yeah, man, I want to shoo it. And I kind of walk up toward it and think if I can like shoo it. And then it's just, it's defensive, man. Snakes aren't looking for trouble, but it looks at this.
Right.
So he kind of just sort of rears back. I'm like, dang it. So I look over, and there's a bush that's some broken branches. So
got your stick.
I walk over to get a stick. Of course, I'm walking through mush to get there. So I'm getting my shoes muddy to try to save a freaking water moccasin. So I get the stick out, and I got my car just running, door open. I come around, I figure out a way to get the stick, and it's about a 2-footer. All right. Wasn't small, wasn't huge, but got it under, and I was able to walk it, get it to the grass, and it started heading away. And then this young lady who was over in the distance with a backpack on, I guess she was waiting for a ride or something, just comes walking over. Oh, what kind of snake is that? I said, I think it's a water moccasin. Oh, I don't like snakes, but I'm fascinated. I'm like, that's a bad combination. I mean,
yeah.
And then she's like, show it to me. And so I kind of shoot it away. And I got back, and my wife's like, you just like an idiot. Like, I can't believe you stopped to save a venomous snake.
I wouldn't have run over it had I seen it.
I just had a feeling it was going to get run over if I didn't stop. That's why I'll stop for turtles, man. I'll stop and.
Oh, I stop. I always, because we're a little, quote unquote lake. That's not a lake. But yeah, if I see turtles walking across the road, I'll stop and carry them
There
to
you
the
go.
water.
There you go. If somebody, my wife needs to find me, I stop for turtles and water moccasins. Apparently,
Yeah,
water
they.
moccasins. All right, y'all. You know what? The buffet is before you. It's a day late, but hey, what you gonna do? It's still
Hey,
fresh. It's fresher than it would have been.
it's a
You know what I'm saying?
buffet that even mentioned Golden Corral.
Go. There you go. So we're gonna push the button. Gonna get on out of here. See if any of this stuff stuck to tape. We hope it did. You want to reach us? You know it. Dave and Juan at protonmail.com. And
Right here, wherever here might be.
you did it once. Do it again. Wherever you found us, there we are. All right. Every week we tell you it's not a hint, suggestion, or subtle implication, y'all. It is
It's a freaking mandate, bro.
live your best life. Get up, and give it your best shot. Some days are better than others. That's okay. That's how God.
That's life.
What are you doing? You doubting God? God planned that for you. You got some days that are great, some days that are not so great, and that's to make you appreciate the days that are better. You know?
It's all about perspective.
I got together with that Cuyo yesterday for the first
That's
time
right.
a bunch of years, and it was fun. His wife was unimpressed with my stature. Say it again. Same thing happened to Braveheart. Same thing happened to Dalton. All right. Same thing, man. Do what we're going to do. But so listen, you guys have a fantastic week. Be careful out there. And we will try to do the same. We'll get together, take notes, and compare them next week. Until then, everybody, be good. Love you, bro.
Back at you, man. So one of my daughter's roommates, and she's a teammate as well, is from Turkey. And at least for the non-major sports, I guess when they recruit people like that, they don't bring them in. They just it's all online and tapes and time, which is what's important in swimming. So this girl had never been to the United States, much less to Houston. And they try, they're all there's four of them, and there's one from Miami, one from Chicago, my daughter, and the girl from Turkey. And they tried, to everybody include, okay, we'll get this, we'll get that. And I get it. You're coming from Turkey. It's not like you can bring a whole lot of stuff to move in. But she kept saying she wanted to participate and stuff. When they got there, the girl had said she had some of the silverware. They started looking. They had one fork, one knife, one spoon. Said maybe that's how you do in Turkey, but we all eat off of different spoons here.
I'm gonna share.
Yeah.
We are the world.
And then she got there a night or two before we did. And I guess they let the international students get in early. But in the bathroom, no shower curtain.
Oh no.
And no toilet paper. But some said maybe she doesn't. Maybe she doesn't bathe. And I don't know about the other issue, but the
Dude, yeah, well, okay. Well, I don't know if she was set up or not. Yeah, I can't tell you how many shower curtains we bought during the college careers of my
brother. Oh yeah, we knew that. I mean, we came with a shower curtain.
With shower curtains and bath mats, enough toilet paper to last for the next. Oh yeah.
It's because we did. We had 2 carloads worth of stuff, as did the other people. Except for the girl from Turkey.
Hey, what you gonna do, man? She's from Turkey.
No. But then they all went to Costco. I think the next day, and because the thought was we don't all need to bring this, that, and the other thing. But it's different because I've moved boys into dorms and stuff where it's like here's a bedspread, and it's like well you got different layers of everything. It's like,
hey, bro, you done with that fork?
It's over. Go home.